Welcome to Real Life with Love, where you'll get front porch wisdom to uplift, increase your power, and your happy. Come on with the coaching and mentoring, holding back nothing. We're discussing your everyday concerns about relationships, mental health, mindset, and so much more. Let's get cute. Sip our favorite drink, toss the dumb shit, and bring on your joy. Come on up on the porch and boss up, baby. We don't do delicate or nice. You heard. I said what I said.
Hey, what's up, fam? Okay, it is time for some more black women, grown folks business. Some of what I'm about to talk about is very touchy for me, so I can imagine it's going to be touchy for some of you, and it's both traumatic, it angers me, and generally I don't talk about brothers, because I raised a black man and that, but this is one of those things where we got to clear the air. So let's talk, black women, about what we go through giving birth, okay? And I want you to hear me good. If you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, wherever the fuck your monotheistic religion is, I'm gonna need you to just either go your way, okay, or get some education from this video. All right, we die as black women as the most highly educated demographic, okay? So we die 2 to 3 times more than white women, let's say, that have a high school diploma, while the black women would have a bachelor's, a master's, or a PhD. We die creating and giving birth to our children 2 to 3 times more. And our children are twice as likely to die during birth, right after birth, and in their infancy, more than white babies. Okay, so those are statistics. I'm not just making shit up. You want to go look it up. I always tell people, you don't have to believe me. You can go look these things up for yourself. These fucking people keep track of this. All right. So while we, as black women, have put together the civil rights movement, we have been on the forefront of resistance during our enslavement. Don't get it twisted. Not only have white people excised us, but they gave permission to our own black men and some women to excise us, as if we were not the brilliant people who came up with all of these different types of ideas. We came here with full knowledge of how to heal people, grow things. We were lawyers, we were doctors, all types of things in Africa before we were put in chains and brought here and enslaved. Okay, so here to America, I mean. So why are we still, with our education, dying in the same in similar numbers, right, to before we were college educated? Because remember, it was illegal for black enslaved people to read. Okay, so I have to question that. Now, the other thing I have to question is, while we as black women are out here, caping for brothers, as we should, as we have always done, and Black Lives Matter, that was 3 black women that came up with that. Yeah, they have different ones all over the country now and across the world, but that began with 3 sisters. All right, and it was in response to several black men being shot, but Tamir Rice was one of them, you know. So, and the baby down in Florida that white fool, I can't remember that white man's name, whatever. Trayvon Martin was shot and killed by whoever that white motherfucker is that's still above ground, you know. So we as black women got together yet again to cape for our brothers and the sisters that weren't even talked about, you know. We were the ones who brought up Sandra Bland and all of these different women. And the last, you know, Breonna Taylor, one of the last lynchings that occurred, and this was recent, I want to say it was a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, no, year and a half ago, was a baby girl in Boston. She was lynched. Hands tied behind her back, and the cops ruled it as a fucking suicide. Now, how the fuck you pull that off, I don't know. But I want to know, what I really need to know is, where are the brothers that are always trying to tell us what the fuck we supposed to be doing? Listen, I don't need no motherfucker telling me that I need to help him be a man. I need to this. I don't need a sister telling me, well, you know, he's supposed to be the head of the household and you're just to help me and blah, blah, blah. No, bitch, I'm a creator. Okay? Men make babies. I fucking create them in my body. All right? And the last time I looked, even though this isn't just my story, this is my children's story too. The last time I looked, both of my children's father were black men and are black men, and neither one of them was there at the birth of their child. They weren't around going to doctor's visits or any of that shit. One had some college education. The other had a bachelor's. Can't say he came from a broken family or whatever. He had, you know, all that other bullshit. He's so-called a Christian and all this other shit, but he won't even acknowledge his daughter. Okay? And let me clear something else up really quick before I really get into the maternity issue here. Fucking black men, stop going around like the rest of these fucking men in these different patriarchal cultures talking about you're not gonna give money to your child's mother for child support. Let me explain child support to you. Child support is what the fuck I did. Okay? Didn't no motherfucker have to hunt me down, nothing. I was there when they were sick, when they were well, when they were good, when they were not good, when they needed, when they didn't need, when on vacations, at school, I was at work at the same fucking time. And as I said, I gave birth to them without the motherfuckers that were really supposed to be there. Because I don't have a problem telling you, I put my legs in a V and I'm going to take responsibility and accountability for what I chose to do. Because we make choices. And I'm not responsible for a motherfucker not doing his part. Okay? Now, am I talking about every brother? Please don't start that shit, because I'm not. Alright? If the shoe fucking fits, then believe me, you in it. Alright? That's it. Okay? Now, if we're talking about the protection of black women at their most vulnerable point, which is when they're giving birth, actually in labor, or the last couple of months of their pregnancy, and getting ready to go through the birthing process of giving life to a whole nother human being that they created in their body. Where are the brothers and the black pastors and all of these people who got a whole lot of shit to talk to black women? You put us down when we have children. You tell us we have to be married to just only certain types of men, and when those men aren't really available to us. And I'm telling you from personal experience. I come from a big family of primarily women. My grandmother had 8 daughters, no sons. And every single one of my aunts and my mother married a fucking fool. Okay? That abused them, mistreated their children, ran off with other folks, you know, and then we have to take the hit for all that shit. Because I ain't running nowhere. So this whole thing about, well, I don't get along with the mother, and she won't let me, blah, blah, blah. There's not a motherfucker in this world who could stop me from being a mother to my children. Not one motherfucker. No one. Zero. No one. It is not my job when you are a grown-ass man to help you feel like a man. Go get educated in all the shit that I've had to do. Okay? You don't have to actually create a human and give birth. So what the fuck is your problem? Okay. So here we are. We're dying 2 to 3 times more than white women who have less education than us. So it's not an educational problem on our part. All right? Where are the black men who are supposed to be uplifting us, holding us down, fucking getting with us, fucking protecting us, fucking keeping us safe at our most vulnerable moment when we are creating a life that included them? Where the fuck are you? Where are the preachers in the pulpit telling black men what they need to do when it comes to being there for the birth and the wellness and the life of their child? Stop making excuses for your badass behaviors, okay? Cut it out. You a grown-ass motherfucker. I'm a grown-ass woman. It has never been a question as to my womanhood as it relates to a man, okay? There's no man that's supposed to be here to make me a woman or any of that shit. That is not your responsibility. That is mine. That you are not accountable for me being a woman. For me being a full-grown woman, you are not. I am responsible for that shit. And when you fuck and you make a baby, and I create this full human being over 9 months and give birth to this baby, and I have the potential 2 to 3 times higher to die in the hands of white doctors and white nurses, where you at? Where you at? How come I don't hear any of this shit in the pulpits? I sit and I listen to some of preachers, and I hear all about Jesus. I hear all about over and over all my fucking life. Let me tell you something. Let me take you back to Jesus. Jesus had apostles, but you know what? Those motherfuckers were doing what? The same thing that many men do across whatever their culture is, okay? Run and fucking hide. But then want that baby to have your last name. You ain't done shit, okay? And big ups to the ones of you who do, but I don't get big ups for being the woman that I need to be and the mother that I need to be. That's just a part of the way the fuck it is. If I chose to put my legs in a V and have children, then I chose to put them fucking first. I don't give a fuck if I don't like you, if I hate you, if I don't ever want to see you. None of that shit, okay? Put the money in the bank, motherfucker. And when it's your turn to take care of that child, you go take them to the doctor. Ain't nothing wrong with you. I did it while working 12-hour shifts, 2 jobs and shit, without you. So that bullshit stops and ceases here. And for black women, I need you to know, like, I've been there and I understand your pain. I understand your bitterness. I understand your hurt. I understand how painful this is for you as a mother to think that your child isn't going to be supported by the other person that was party to this. Okay? I understand that. And what you have to do to raise your children. Because let me tell you something. We have 60% of black homes are single parent mothers, black mothers. Okay? Now, maybe the dad is helping, maybe he's not. I don't know. But I'm saying we have black men who have a whole lot to say if we date interracially. Because, you know, this is where this is going to end up going, since so many of you asked me about interracial relationships. So you got the nerve to ask us anything, to question us at all about any fucking thing. And you haven't set up one system. Not one, motherfuckers. It's black men in Congress. It's fucking black men on the state level of legislation and shit. I know you ain't everywhere, but you do make sure you're trying to set up programs specifically for black men. Okay? So where the fuck are you when it comes to legislation? Because the last bill that they even tried to pass was done primarily by black women. And that was in 2019, and it still hasn't gotten out of committee. You're doing every fucking thing else. But as black men, your very children, this is before they get old enough to be in a car and have to deal with police shooting them or mutilating them. This is before that. This is before they fucking hit school age. When really in kindergarten and preschool, if they go, they start to understand that there are people out there who really think that they are supreme and they get to treat that black child as inferior. Children start understanding that. This is before that, though. Where are you? You're out there dating outside of your culture 2 times more, dating and marrying, 2 times more than black women do. And you want to question me? About what? You want to get in a pulpit and talk shit about me? What the fuck is happening here? You want me to tithe? No, I'm only tithing. First of all, I ain't gonna be there with that bullshit, because a monotheistic bullshit ass religion, take it any way you want, people, does not serve me as a black woman. I'm not even there. Okay? I'm not hailed as the fucking creator I am of life. Okay? I gotta answer to all of your shit. I gotta help white women feel good about being racist motherfucking bitches. I gotta help white men understand the part they played in this bullshit. Okay? And the racist supremacist shit they trying to perpetrate. I gotta do all of this shit. Then I gotta come up with all the ideas. Then I gotta help black men feel like men. And then I have to lower myself, shrink myself to be a helpmeet. Motherfucker, I didn't come from your rib. That's some white people bullshit. I didn't come from no motherfucker's rib. Okay? I did not. I gave birth to you. I created you. And while y'all want to wear my skin, you sure do have a lot of shit to say. So what I'm going to tell brothers, what I'm going to tell white, is the same thing I tell white people, especially white women. Shut the fuck up. Stop talking. Okay? Go educate yourself. Go get your warrior status and stand guard over black women while they continue to create more of you. You need to be making sure that everything that a fucking white bitch gets during her delivery process and for her child is the same fucking thing that your black child gets. Understand? That's what needs to happen. And if you ain't preaching what I'm telling you in the fucking pulpits, I'm not trying to hear your shit either. Okay? If you don't understand what your own Jesus Christ told you, Jesus literally was like, got his wisdom, because wisdom is, the architect of creation. She is a deity. He got that from his mother. As far as I know, the men in his life didn't even believe he was real. They had to be convinced by angels or some shit, right? It was the women around him. They carried him, they took care of him, they oiled him, they spent money on his lodgings and food and all of that shit. The men were hiding, denying, and pretending they didn't know a motherfucker come cross and all that shit time. Oh yeah. Oh, and that's right. What was the other one? Oh yeah, they gave him up too. For 30 pieces of silver? Yeah, they did. That's what men did. But women went to the cross with him. And on his way, the women were weeping. And if you so-called know your little Bible or whatever, you know this shit. He stopped with a cross and he looked at these women and he said, don't weep for me, weep for yourself. Because you see how they doing me? They're going to do you far worse. And he wasn't lying. Because black women are dying 2 to 3 times more often than white women when they're giving birth and creating a human. And our children are dying before they can even get the nurturing from their mothers. And we're brothers putting some sisters down somewhere. You guys want a good example of a black man and his black wife, and I love this couple? I want you to go on YouTube and look up the Ellises, DeVal and Kay. Okay? Watch this man. You can go backwards years. And when he first started recording what was going on in his life, watch what he explains and shows you as a black man, protecting, loving, supporting, being there, all about his wife and his children. I want you to check that out. But until you enlighten yourself, you have nothing to say. As black men or white people, shut the fuck up. Until you get your ass out there and you learn how to be a warrior for the sisters, and you learn how to protect them and your children, shut the fuck up. Okay? Shut the fuck up. That's what you need to do. And you need to listen to what wise black women are telling you. If there's a grandmother, a black grandmother out there, or whoever, like the grandmother of my daughter, who didn't want to associate with a child who lived, an infant who lived in the same city as her. Bitch, what? Your motherfucking son didn't have shit going on that I didn't. I've been a nurse since I was 20 years old. A registered nurse, bitch. So, of all of your grandkids, she was one of only two granddaughters, and you don't have a relationship with either one of them? Mary Wilson, bitch, fuck you, fuck your son, fuck all of that shit. I am over the dumb shit. I gave birth to a goddess-born extraordinary daughter, and I'm very proud of who she is, what she is, how she's rolling. She's so much better than me. She's such a gift. She's such a gift. So I'm gonna tell any black man that ain't trying to do the fucking right thing, kiss my ass. Okay? Kiss my ass. I don't care what your excuse is, because there ain't shit that could stop me from being on point with my children, and it never did. And when I had to go, because you motherfuckers like to talk about, well, black women are so angry, and you so this, and you so that. Bitch, I had to do this shit by myself. What the fuck are you talking about? You're too masculine. Motherfucker, you ain't here. I had to learn to be all the warrior that you see today, to literally protect my children from all the white supremacy and the bullshit. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? You don't have the right to say shit. What you need to do is get on your knees and be fucking thankful for a black woman. Because without her, there's gonna be no you. Okay? That's all to it. I'm just telling you. So, appreciate y'all's time. We will talk again. Thank you for riding with me. I appreciate you.